Everybody, welcome back to the Mistpedia Weekly Cup. I do apologize, that break was a little bit longer than I would have liked, however. And I know Twitch chat's gonna want me to this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. That will be the last extended break we will have for the rest of the night, in fact. Rest of the break, so I'll actually have a timer on. So, I do apologize, that break took a little bit longer. We did have to do that last third game on the other set there that was between, I believe, yeah, that was between Elusive and Aeroxe and Pugs, so that game took a little bit longer than the other one, so we had to wait for that one to complete. And we are now going into our next game, which is going to be between Good Fights and Aeroxe and Pugs. We'll be going to that game in just a minute, guys, but once again, just taking a look after the first round has ended, we did see Elusive versus Aeroxe and Pugs. Aeroxe and Pugs managed to take that game, or take that set rather, in a 2-1 victory. Also Outplayed by Children versus Spuddy's Pro Players. That one ended with Outplayed by Children winning it in a 2-0 victory, and the game we had on stream, Obi Sports versus Sharks with Lasers. Obi Sports took that one 2-0. But anyway, guys, let's get into our first game now between our new players here in the first semifinal of the night, which is going to be between Aeroxe and Pugs and Good Fights. Once again, by the way, the map rotation is going to be Forest of Idaho first, then following that we will go to the Battle of Kylo, and if necessary, on a third game we will end up on the Legacy of the Foe Fire, guys. Just gonna take care of something really quickly. Alright, never mind, we're good. So we're just waiting for somebody over here on the red team to change their traits, but while we all are waiting for that first, we're gonna really quickly take a look-see at the builds here. Taking a look first at Kensuda, who is the Guardian for Good Fights. He's running again with 6 runes of the Soldier at the moment, along with a staff, mace with an offhand shield, Clerics with a Barbarian's Jewel, and the traits being, again, fairly standard Virtues Guard, 0010, 30-30. Over here, Cade is going to be running, again, with this pretty usual build, I believe. 6 runes of the Ogre, Dagger with an offhand pistol, as well as a short bow, Berserker's Amulet with the traits being 10-30, 00-30. Again, he will be playing, again, fairly standard Spirit Ranger here. 6 runes of the Forge, as well as a short bow, sword with an offhand dagger, Karen Amulet, and the traits being 0-10, 30-30-0. Rar will be playing on his Warrior with 6 runes of Lissa, Hammer, Longbow with a Berserker's Amulet, so we'll be playing DPS Handbell here, and the usual trait split, 0-0-30-10-30. And last but not least, the second Thief for Good Fights. We are going to be running with, hold on, is going to be running with Pistol Whip, I believe. Actually, no, Sword Dagger coming into play from Magic Toker. That'll be interesting to see. But he's running with 6 runes of the Ogre, as well as a short bow, Sword Dagger with a Berserker's Amulet, and the traits being 10-30, 00-30. So that will be interesting to see. Sword Dagger Thief and a Dagger Pistol Thief. It's definitely going to make them a lot squishier overall, obviously, but will bring a lot of damage to the fights. We'll have to see how that pans out against Aerox's team. When we'll go over their builds, actually, once we get to the second game, because both our teams are set up and ready to go. So let's get started with this first game, guys. And as soon as we get ready-ups from both sides, we will get started. But 2 Thieves, interesting choice here. Cade and Magic Toker. Cade running with his fairly standard Dagger Pistol build, and Magic Toker running with Sword Dagger. Interesting choice. We'll have to see how it pans out. And as well, we have the fairly standard stuff here too, with Kensuda on Virtues Guard. Kensuda probably one of the better Guardians in regards to running this build, whereas we would see Tage being probably the best Guardian when it comes to the regular AH build. Ken is probably one of the best, if not the best Guardian when it comes to this split, the 0-10, 30-30 split, so obviously getting that bonus there too. But anyway, guys, we are getting started now, so let's turn down the music and get into our first game, which once again is going to be on the Forest of Idaho here. So, as usual, we'll be seeing on the right side, Aeroxe and Pugs will be starting over here on the right side on the red team, and Good Fights will be spawning over here on the left side on the blue team. As we open up our map, let's check out the splits. We are going to be seeing both the Thieves going for a cross. Cade, however, is going to diverge a bit to the north over here and head to run interference on any of the red team members that are on their way here. We're also going to see Magic Toker making his way over here to the mine too, but Cade leaping across the barrier there, as we just saw. Let's go over to his point of view really quickly again. Cade jumping into combat here. Not really gonna engage just as a bit, but as we can see on the point, they're already going for some damage over here on a Magic Toker, but they're gonna turn that damage right back around over here as Cage is the fight onto Farmacy here. He is trying to run back, getting away from this, but obviously he's taking hefty amounts, but his crate's gonna get thrown into him too. Did manage to get the immobilize off there onto Cade, is now gonna put a lot of conditions onto him. As you can see though, we are gonna see him going in there. Magic Toker getting the killing blow onto him. Aeroxe trying his best to support here, both Magic Toker and Cade, both dangerous though. Cade did manage to get his heal off there too, but we're seeing both of these teams coming in here with short bows at the moment, just putting a hefty amount of cleave onto Farmacy here. Not sure if they're gonna be able to get him back down. All they have to do now is eliminate Aeroxe, and they should be able to get easy control of this point. Going over once again to Aerox's point of view, we can see he's on the run at this point, but is not going to be able to escape, and in fact will go down off point, which will more than likely allow Magic Toker to just leave his corpse there while Cade is on the node itself capping. Meanwhile, back in mid as this fight has been going on, and keep in mind again that we have seen Good Fights with a lack of numbers because of the fact they had to have to send 2 of their Thieves over to the far point. There's still and an advantage over here in this fight. They've got Dayman on the node, not David as well, with Ozzy is going in here trying to support, but red team not looking too hot over here. Dayman probably going to end up in the downstate in the next few seconds, and again, the loss of that warrior is going to eliminate a lot of the AoE, a lot of the annoying AoE here too, like Combustive Shot on the point. So the elimination of him, it should basically give blue team right to this node. So red team not the best opener here, and they are going to have to exercise some of their options if they want to try to come back into this game. Meanwhile, just taking a look at the rotation game over here with these thieves. Cade making his way onto the beach. At the moment, this is a fairly smart choice. Again, will counter on anyone from the red team that does try to cross over to the henge point. He himself might just be going to the henge point to act as security, which does appear to be the case. Meanwhile, coming out of the spawns here, we did see Aeroxe do so. It looks like he's making his way over here to the mine now too, and mine is actually left alone for the time being, as we did see Magitoker making his way onto the over here onto the key point just to support these last few people, but obviously with the thief respawning, he's going to be making his way back in order to support on that fight too. Now Aeroxe was stealth for a little bit there, immediately diving it over here to Magitoker, getting a huge crit onto him. It was about, I think it was about a 7k crit if I looked at that correctly. Could be wrong on that though, but again, Magitoker nearly getting one shot at there. They'll immediately force him to fall back, and he's now going to be out of commission for the time being, but he'll probably re-engage in just a few seconds. Meanwhile, we did see Cade over here taking out the blue team home boss, who got rid of that and gave his team an extra 25 points, and as well, while that was happening, we did see the red team stick in here and get the decap going over here at the henge. And back in mid too, it's yet to actually be capped, but now with Ozzy going out, it will finally go into Good Fights' favor. But again, back over here at the henge, we can see that both teams are vying for control of this node. Red team looking a bit low. We may see blue team get control of this. Again, Pharmacy's not looking too hot, but at the same time, back over here at the mine, we just saw the thief as well as the Ranger combo over there getting control of that point. They're going to bypass middle for the time being and make their way directly over here to the henge node, which again, on this node itself, we can see RAR starting to get a bit low. Red team might be trying to turn the tables with the elimination of farms. That's obviously not going to help it, and now 3 whole players over here from Good Fights. They really want to try to take this node back. Indeed, we are seeing Magitoker over here while seeing Aeroxe just joining the fight now, so it is going to be a 2v4, I believe, and probably again not going to look too hot over here for Aeroxe and Pugs. They are trying to get more players over here, as you can see, but the thieves are not making this job easy at all. Aeroxe immediately forced to fall back over here at 671 health, was able to dodge out of the way of a lot of the damage coming in there from Cade and just get that heal. But again, he is at a lowered health pool here. Ozzy is trying to support through the best again, but on a Bunker Guardian here is not going to be able to put out much damage in order to try to eliminate Cade. And again, Good Fights just steamrolling through these guys at the moment, trying to push them back. And red team really being pushed into a corner here at the moment as we open the big map. You can see that. Taking a look here, Good Fights has a full encapsulation of the entirety of the red team with this 2-cap over here. They are forcing them to flow over here into this middle courtyard and are starting to knock these guys out one by one. Aeroxe, however, was thrown to the downstate. We might have seen 1 or 2 of the guys from Good Fights in the downstate there too, but it could have been wrong with that, as we again we're looking at the big map at the time. But the elimination of Aeroxe again will get rid of a lot of the damage from Aeroxe's team. And again, he is going to force this red team to be pushed back over here into their own home node. While this is going on, while they are actually trying to retreat, RAR is actually trying to get past their line over here. He will get onto the node, might get 1 or 2 ticks of the decap, but actually no, he won't get any of the ticks of the decap there. But he will initiate another big team fight. So Good Fights is going to be taking the risk over here, at the very least, is going to be going for the distraction, as we do see Cade once again going for the 1v1 on Swiner. Should be able to accomplish that, as we did see him do that just a few seconds ago while he was going over here for the Chieftain kill. But again, this has opened up another decap for the red team. Dayman snuck his way over here and is getting the decap, and probably the full cap in just a second for Aeroxe and Pugs' team back over there at the henge. The boss was killed, gave Good Fights another 25 points and really just start to push them ahead here. And back at this team fight, it is looking like Good Fights has the advantage here as well. Consuda now going in for a stomp, has stabs that more likely won't get interrupted. Pharmacy going to get eliminated here. We're also seeing Magitoker getting a bit low, but again, Good Fights has the support necessary. They have the superior numbers here now, as they just took out Pharmacy just a couple seconds ago, so they more than likely won't really be in much trouble here. But again, because of the fact that they did leave their other nodes open, because they were pushing for the 3 cap here, they did actually lose control of that, and for the time being, the red team did have a slight advantage, but that's now being made up for right now as they're starting to cap the mine back into their control, and they're immediately going to start to rotate back over here to mid, because they do see the 2 players from the red team are on their way over there to try and decap that. They might just get the decap. Magitoker, oh, nice in there by Magitoker though. He was able to get on the node. Aeroxe, however, going to try to turn that right back around onto him as he goes for damage there. Aeroxe, however, did actually take the majority of the bulk of damage. We'll be popping off his heal here right now and trying to re-engage in just a second, but the blue team is quickly, very quickly indeed, trying to hunt him down. Did manage to take down Magitoker there, but he does have Gendian putting a lot of pressure on him. Probably will not be able to get the stomp up because that we're also going to see the active, the Major Spirit brought out there too, and the active will be pulling that. Not sure if I would have gone for the active practice as of yet, but he should have been able to do that with just a mana res, so that cooldown's going to be wasted, but he'll have that available once again in another 30 seconds. It probably will get the chance to do that again in another 30 seconds because of the fact that he, generally speaking, initiated the second it came out and it wasn't in combat for too long there. But back to the fight itself once again.
we can see that Good Fights is exercising superior control over this node. Pharmacy is rolling off the node here at the moment, and really, our red team just not able to do much here. They are trying to rotate themselves around, trying to get these side caps, but the blue team, again, with just such a superior opening over here, has managed to take a huge lead now, so they do have a lot to come back from. I don't want to call it an impossibility just as of yet, but it definitely is going to be the red team needing to do a crap load of work over here if they want to come back in this set. But anyway, guys, again, we do have Cade going up against Dayman for control of this node over here. Cade trying to keep himself alive, but again, Handle Warrior, awesome point control indeed here with those AoE elements as well as just their sheer tankiness, so it is going to take Cade a while to pierce through this extremely hard shell, and more than likely, if Aeroxe does have the appropriate resources, they should be able to rotate over in time, but Cade definitely still very quickly trying to eliminate Dayman over here, has managed to take him down to about 40% of his health pool. We'll be re-engaging again in just a second to try and take him down, and Dayman again, not looking too hot here. Cade will probably be able to take him down within the next few seconds, as we don't really see, and oh, scratch that, as we do see Aeroxe on his way over. Cade knows this, however, and again, really good callouts coming in here from Good Fights. Cade, the second he knew the thief was coming, fell back there, got into his DS, and waited until the thief was visible once again. So now going for more damage over here onto Dayman, trying to put a nice job blinding that Earthshaker there as well. Going in, will finally manage to take him down here. Does have a Black Tower to stomp coming in. We are going to see Aeroxe coming in here too. Cade doesn't want to take the risk on taking the damage coming in there from Aeroxe, and as such, he is going to fall back for the time being and just allow his teammates now to come in, and they will be the ones to execute the stomp over there onto Dayman. While that was going on, once again, Good Fights did get full control of this keep point and are now starting to push those members of the red team off. Not David, for instance, is going to be going down right over here, and will probably be knocked out in just a second. And back over here once again at red team's home at the mine. Pharmacy will have now recaptured that, but Magic Toker is on his way, so Pharmacy may not want to leave just as event. Magic Toker, however, seems hungry for kills at this point, in honesty, and now he changed his mind as we did see Genyon over there. He's not going to rotate onto the point. Pharmacy will try to get on there. Let's see if we'll be able to get there in time to stop the decap, and it looks like yes, he'll be able to get on the node, so for the time, the red team will have a capture, but still, our blue team is just rocketing ahead, and with that boss kill they just got over there, they are now over 470 points, so guys, I think it is going to be safe to call this game a little bit early. They do have one capture point, and it's securely in their hold, and even so, they are on their way back to middle right now to stop the red team from capturing a second point, so they're less than 20 points away. Now, more than likely, this game will be going into the favor of Good Fights. It'll give them 1 point, one more game will be needed on their end in order to move them on to the grand finals of this week's Cup, and that game will be played once again on the Battle of Kylo. We'll be going to that game in just a second. Again, nice job over here at the boss kill. That happened on red team side. Two members did manage to take that out. That was Cade, and I believe, was that Cade and Genyon? Was that with him? No, Cade and Bar actually were the ones to take that out. Got the necessary points and pushed the blue team up to 500 points. With that, guys, they're going to be taking the first game, and they will now be one game away from moving on to the next round.
Force.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Mistpedia Weekly Cup. Once again, I am Blue, and I'm joined by someone now.
Is that your introduction?
Yes.
Try again.
I'm joined by the great and powerful Lord Helseth, everyone.
That's a fine introduction. Alright, trying to find the server.
Give me one
You
second.
whisper-
Yeah,
whisper.
I'm PMing it to you now on Skype.
Apparently there's a drinking game. Whenever I'll insult the intelligence of American players, there's take a shot. I'll see how that goes. I want all of you to join in on that one actually.
Can you turn yourself off of it?
Up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure. Give me a moment.
Okay.
That's,
There you go.
yeah, there we go.
You're good now.
Yeah, I got like 15 different microphones so to test which one is worthy for the moment.
So I think you're good. You sound tired, Helseth.
So I'm tired, maybe it's because it's like 6 a.m. Cape time you guys are running.
It is rather late for you. I was kind of surprised you whispered me.
Wow, I'm bored. Let's see here. I have a feeling that I didn't get transferred. Or am I
You
how do I
should
see?
be.
Yeah, I should be. I can't
Yeah.
find that. Oh,
What are you searching for that server?
of course I am.
It's
Oh.
just search for MP. Don't search for the second word. It's the search parameters are weird.
Alright, yeah, I found it. Anyway, what's up, peasants? I'm shoutcasting for you guys. You should be happy.
All right, he's in here.
So, tell me about the teams.
So okay, so this is what are the team names? So Good Fights is blue team. Aeroxe and Pugs is the red team. Now, if you'll take a look, Good Fights has 2 thieves.
Why did I decide to cast this? I don't know. Whatever. Alright. Give me a moment. I'll take a closer look on the accounts. Let's see. So it's DP and Bissell.
DP and Sword Dagger actually.
Oh god. Alright. And this other team, let's see here. They're playing something more standard, I suppose.
Yeah. But we already
right.
played the first game. That went to Good Fights, so they're up 1-0 in the set right now.
Right, so just gonna check here. Since this is NA, do people cap points? Like, it's to 500 and all that, like, right?
Yes.
Alright, cool. Just checking if you guys learned that yet.
Alright.
Let's cast away.
Alright guys, so once again the game has begun here. It is going to be once again Aeroxe and Pugs versus Good Fights. Good Fights on the south side of the map, Aeroxe and Pugs on the north side of the map. We've already begun. Fairly standard splits out, the 2 out of the ordinary this time. We did actually see once again. Saw everybody going to home point, no contestations there, and we have people on trebuchets too. Thieves from both sides did go to their respective trebuchets, and Warriors went to counter the trebuchets, and it seems that both teams, for the time being at least, are off those trebs, so we're all back to a big mid fight now too.
I would imagine that Good Fights will have really, really, really strong treb control due to their Thieves' mobility. But assuming that the Guardian doesn't just randomly die like he did right now, I believe that there should still be the advantage on... what do I call these guys? Red team, that's what I'll call them.
Just call them Aerox's team if you want to.
Alright, I'll call them red team. Yeah, basically the engineer along with the more sustained composition will allow them to just keep... as long as they survive mid, they will basically automatically win it eventually. They have that advantage. But it doesn't look like they're able to sustain themselves. But we see what I mentioned there, that their treb control is good. The Thieves can just +1 wherever on the trebuchet is needed, and that's how the NG was the Thief was taken out. So it's difficult. What I would do is I just try to kill the treb ASAP, and then I just try to sustain ourselves mid. Maybe secure mid first, and then like not focus on keeping the side caps as much, because you will get outroamed regardless of what you do. Since 2 thieves, 2 disgusting thieves.
But anyway, guys, going back to the mid fight once again, it does appear Good Fights has control for the time being, but no one has actually capped it just as of yet. But it's, again, looking like Good Fights will more than likely end up with the control of it over here. Ozzy going into the downstate again, the loss of a Bunker Guardian going to be a huge factor. And with the loss of that Bunker Guardian, pretty much everyone from the red team pieced out of here that was remaining in here. And we saw Good Fights take the cap there. We do see, again, the two thieves sort of just wreaking havoc off the points right now. Went over there, took Dayman down, the two of them. And now it looks like they're on their way over to the windmill, too, maybe to try and take back control of that point.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what red team's planning right now. People are split up in a very odd way. Maybe they're regrouping. One idea is that they should start pushing quite soon, like in 5-ish seconds, and then they let the respawner take their close points, and they try to get a 4-on-4 and far. Cade went down. Okay, they're just... Are you sure that they know about the capture points?
I'm pretty sure.
Look at where they're fighting. Are you sure?
I mean, we saw this, the last game was playing on Forest. We kind of saw something similar starting to happen too, where it was just like, there's another game we saw too in the other set where this kind of happened where some thieves kind of screwed things up and the teams were sort of just disoriented for a couple minutes at a time. So something like that is probably what's going on here too. But it looks like they've gotten it together and they're pushing them in now. They sent their thief over to the mansion too, so they might try to wrestle control over there. But
yeah.
Cade coming out of the spawn will go in there and try to 1v1 him too.
I think this is a very confused idea of doing it, because now they're pulling out one of their main DPSers to Thief to get far, but the thing is, the Thief, even if he engages in a 1v1 with Cade now, the problem is that Magic Toker can come in and +1 that really quickly and one-shot it. And during that time, it's not very easy to win mid-back. They have no Trebuchet, and also they're pulling out one of their core damage dealers. And the only thing that's missing from the red team are 2 Thieves. That's not made for bunker the point anyway. So it's like, they're strategically walking into a trap right now. What they'd rather do is... like I said, getting a team fight on points where a 4-on-4, where eventually the thieves can get sustained down. And they actually had an ideal position to do that and push in, but they went for mid and far instead, and it worked out against their favor. Also, you don't want to try to push to retake mid versus 2 thieves when they have treb. Because, like, even if you kill one of them, they'll just respawn, and then they'll stop trebbing, and you'll never get that point. Like, eventually you'll have to start going towards the trebuchet, and then they'll start doing this nonsense of +1ing each other and all that, and you can't really get anything of it. Sustained 4-on-4s is what they should go for.
So again, going back to the fight itself, we can see back over here in the middle, it is Ozzy as well as Dayman trying to go for control over here in the middle. Obviously, though, we can see the Magic Toker's in here, along with Genyan trying to keep control of that within Good Fights here. We also have some stuff going on off the points. For instance, we did see that Aeroxe as well as Not David sitting over there at Blue Team's home node. We saw I think they believed that there was going to be some pressure coming in, but obviously, as it did not happen, we are going to see now Aeroxe going in over here to try and take down Cade. Got a nice opening crit onto him, and as that is going to pull Cade off the trap for the time being, but Aeroxe now will leap into stealth, and this 1v1 will be continuing on. And back in the middle once again, can see the Good Fights for the time being. Looks like they have pretty dominant control, so not much on LSD. Looks like it's going to be changing here anytime soon. So we'll have to see, though.
Red team's confused, that's all I can say. But David is skillfully shooting at Clock Tower from Mansion, that's good. His arrow might hit. Yeah. No, but yeah, like they're constantly pushing into mid. They're just, I don't know, they're just walking into a trap and such. They're never gonna win like this. Like, even if they play better, they don't. That doesn't matter, you know. They're in such a strategical disadvantage that you don't. As long as you play decently, you're gonna win the fights.
I mean, the other issue I'm seeing here too is that, like, again, like you said, they're confused and yeah, they're not doing anything. So I
they're
think
American.
that's just gonna stack up towards them as we get towards the end of the game because they're not doing much here. And again, that's because Good Fights is the 2-cap and there's no contention. It's just buying them time. Like again over here, what's going on at mid right now? Huge miscommunication because they just walked Damon into a 3v1 basically, and he's gonna die within the next like 3 seconds.
Do people know in America that you can avoid the trebuchet? It's not Skyhammer.
They do, but I think he'd used his dodges to avoid Thief first.
I hope you guys are enjoying the shots.
Is that why you came on the stream today, just to give us some shots, or?
Yeah. I think that's a good reason. Alright, let's see here. What do we have? We have a 2-on-2 here on Windmill, Engineer and Guardian versus Thief. And yeah, that's a bad matchup. Yep, there we go. They're getting smacked.
And back over here again, you can see that Pharmacy going into the downstate. Ozzy over here trying to support, but again, 3v2 with Magic Toker and Ra over here. Not going to be happening. Pharmacy more likely going down. Did pop off that last booby trap here. Damon going to try to come in. More than likely, Ozzy will go for a stomp here as well. Not going to be interrupting Kitsuda though, and as such, he'll be able to break through and get that stomp off there right now. Magic Toker will be joining this fight as well, and again, with that considered, Good Fights will have pretty much 100% control, 100% chance to hold on to this point.
Well, I mean, at this point, again, I'm just gonna reiterate what I mentioned. What they should have done instead for the inevitable time when they're gonna re-listen to this to listen to my voice. Push for the 4-on-4s on the nodes. You're gonna like I previously mentioned, you're gonna get outroamed no matter what. There's nothing you can do about it. But one idea is, okay, you just have a guy sitting on mansion, for example, and then you push 4 far. Likely, you're gonna be able to attract 4 to the 4-on-4, and you'll likely have a thief on mid if they're smart, and the thief can 5v4 or decap mansion and all that shit and keep them occupied. And this is the bad situation that you're in. But on the flip side. Whatever bunker class you have can also push in the mid and just swap into the points. So it's the fact that you're like outroamed will matter less.
Yeah.
Just like that.
And then you can push for the stronger team fights on the node rather than, well, I don't know what they're doing. Like
They're rotating so slowly too. Like I've been watching Magic Toker for the past couple seconds. I've seen it like 3 to 4 times now. It's been about, I think I've seen it 2 times actually, where Magic Toker has gone down, but almost immediately after him going down, Good Fight's got a stomp off and immediately got him back up into play there. It's like it doesn't even matter if he's going down because of the fact that we're seeing Aeroxe coming in so slowly. They just get him right back up. So as we continue on with this, though, you can see that Good Fight has snowballed this pretty hard, guys. It's a 3 cap in their favor right now. They did just lose control of the mansion. They'll be getting that cap back, but with less than 20 points to go, pretty sure that this game is going to be going into the favor of Good Fights.
What do you mean, pretty sure? Are you still considering?
Well, I don't know. Maybe all 5 of them would disconnect or something, and massive turnaround. But I'm being nice, Halsa.
Alright, fine.
Being nice. But anyway, guys, that's going to be the end of that set. Good Fights is going to take it in a 2-0 victory, and as such, they'll be moving on to the grand finals of this week's tournament. We are going to be taking a short break, and when we do come